Peter Stern, Chief Strategy Officer of Time Warner Cable. Peter, do you know what this is?
Looks like an iPad with a cover.
Well, take the cover off, and it's just an iPad. You guys have been involved in some interesting news on the iPad front. You've been involved in arguments about what you can and can't put on your iPad. What's the current situation there? If you're a Time Warner Cable subscriber, can one watch one's television on the iPad when one's at home?
Yes, you can. If you're a Time Warner Cable customer right now, we offer more than 70 of our television channels on the iPad when the customer is home, and we are working on increasing that to the full load of our channels over the coming months. We believe in something that we call the 4 Ns. The 4 Ns means that our customers should be able to watch any content, anytime, on any device, anywhere. And the iPad is about addressing any device. It's about us moving from relying upon a set-top box connected to a television as the only way that consumers could get their television service from us, to recognizing the fact that any screen inside the home really has the potential to be a TV and should be. Customers are paying us a lot for their video service, and they expect to be able to get that type of flexibility that is embodied in the 4 Ns. And that's what we're trying to do on the iPad. And by and large, it's gone very well. There is one programmer in particular that has objected. Currently, we're not offering that programming on our service. We believe it's within our rights to do so, but it's the subject of active litigation, so I'm not going to talk further about that.
To me, the 4 Ns is a no-brainer. Why shouldn't I be able to watch stuff on my iPad if I've paid you guys for access?
Absolutely. We think it's in the best interest, not just of consumers, but also of the programmers, that any programmer should want to get as much exposure for their programming as they possibly can. And we're limiting it to inside the home. So it's really otherwise going to result in a situation where the more time people spend with their iPads and other devices, the less time they're going to spend with the television programming that those networks are counting on, both from an advertising and a subscription standpoint.
Before the show, you were saying to me that you think that the future of hardware has still quite a long way to go. How do you see the space between this object, the iPhone and the iPad and the large screen television? Are there going to be devices that integrate these? Are we going to see a multiplicity of devices or fewer devices in the home in the future?
You're absolutely going to see more devices in the home, and those devices are going to be more and more connected. We're looking at consumers on average having between 6 and 7 connected video devices in their homes on average in just 5 years, up from an average of about 2 today. Whether it's smart TVs, whether it's tablets, whether it's your mobile phone, whether it's a game console attached to a television and also attached to the internet. And we want to be able to embrace that. Historically, the only way customers could get cable TV was plug a cable in the back of their TV or use a set-top box. We're now moving to embracing consumer electronics devices, starting with the iPad. Smart TVs are coming. Game consoles
are smart TVs?
Smart TVs are television sets that not only receive traditional cable television through a set-top box, but also have an internet connection, enabling them to deliver applications from the web. And really, cable television is just an application at that point. And we should be able to deliver our service to a smart TV without a customer having to get a set-top box. That's our vision. We'd really like to make that happen over the next few years.
Is smart TV the next big thing?
I think it is a very big thing for consumers. I'm hesitant to call anything the next big thing because certainly I think the tablet is still a big thing today, and the iPad is just getting us started. I think Apple has led the way and created a new product category, as they've now done a few times. But I think Android tablets will actually take off over the next few years and democratize the tablet. So, yes, smart TVs.
This doesn't democratize the tablet? What's wrong with that?
It's a terrific device, but it's still expensive for a lot of people. And I think you're going to see that type of form factor with that type of functionality drop in price, increase in functionality, and give people a choice of a lot of other hardware manufacturers.
Is this still a major gap in terms of form factor in the market? Are we still missing something of great utility that just doesn't exist?
I think that what we're going to see actually is not a change in form factor, except that the laptop itself may turn out to be a different device. The laptop and the tablet, to me, are actually only temporarily different devices. And over time, it's just the fact that there's no keyboard on this cover that prevents this from replacing your laptop and a few applications. So I actually think you're going to see a collapse as opposed to a proliferation of form factors. There will be the small one you can keep in your pocket. There will be this media consumption device which will merge with a laptop. And then your home smart TV will become a much more powerful device that's capable of integrating with everything else that you have in the house.
And everything will be interfaced with touch?
Well, I don't think you're actually going to see people interface with their television based on touch. Instead, what's going to happen is these devices, your iPad and your mobile phone, are going to become companion devices for your television, and they'll work with touch. So you'll actually use your iPad as your remote control with a much richer set of information about the shows that are on, about the shows that are coming, and the ability to actually engage in, for example, social media interactions with regard to television shows that are on today or on at that time. So I think, again, you're going to see touch on these devices obviously become the norm. Touch on TV, I don't think that will be the case.